Hi, team, and welcome back to your Microsoft 365 training series. This video is going to talk about collaborative learning with PowerPoint. PowerPoint is a great tool because it allows you learners to be creative and demonstrate their learnings in a different way rather than just a paper and pencil test. When PowerPoint files are shared, learners are able to interact with each other and they are able to interact with individuals all over really the world, but that can include our Canada offices as well as our Mexico offices and anywhere in the United States. So, a couple of ideas I have for collaborative learning with PowerPoint is going to be icebreaker activities. Icebreakers activities can be used at the beginning of a training session, and it can be a way to get learners to talk and feel comfortable using the tool and just be comfortable participating on Zoom. So a couple of ideas I have for that is one is a get to know you slide. So each individual in the training has a get to know you slide, has one slide within the PowerPoint, and then they have to include some information about them. So as this example here, I have an image of myself, so that way everyone's able to see my face. I have my position, and then just some information about me. All of the information can relate to something at Werner, such as how long have you worked at Werner? Or what do you like to do? How do you like to take a break at Werner? Things like that. So that is just one way. Then those individuals or the participants in your training can go back and review the PowerPoint and just see everybody that was in their training with them as well and just get to know them, or see if they can even make connections that could help with future projects. Another idea I had is Werner Four Corners. So with Four Corners, you are going to just pose a question. It can relate to Werner, it cannot relate to Werner, but it needs to just have four options in it. As you can see with this question, I asked, how do you typically spend your lunch hour? And then I gave the learners four options for how they spend their lunch hour. They can either type their name using a text box, or they can insert an image of themselves and drag the image or text box to the answer that most relates to them. So I would drag mine right here because I like to go home for lunch. The last idea I had for an icebreaker activity is just a very simple question and answer. So as you can see on this slide, I just posed a question to the learners. How do you like to spend your free time? Then I had a couple of examples of where the learners went in and inserted a shape, whether it be a square or a circle. So I can show you right here. So learners will go insert to shape and then a square. They will then just draw it out and be able to type directly on that shape their answer. So I included my name and I like to sleep. I can then drag it wherever, so that way I can kind of create a nice uniform look, or I can just kind of have it random wherever. Learners can then go and see everybody else's answers as well, so that way they can get to know those participants in their training. That's just a couple of ideas I had for icebreaker activities. Next, I'm going to talk about how PowerPoint can be used for collaborative projects. Collaborative projects are a great way for students to demonstrate their learning and create authentic learning experiences for them, since a lot of the work we do is not individual. We spend a lot of time working with others in other departments across the country or even right next to us. So these are going to create those authentic learning experiences. One idea I had is going to be our Grow 3 or our Werner sales presentation. This can really help the individuals feel more prepared for those assessments or the Grow 3 assessment rather than just being put on the spot. They're able to collect information and find and create something that they think is going to be valuable for the customer. Additionally, learners can create research projects together. Each learner can be assigned a topic, a different topic, and a different slide. On that slide, they then include information about their research topic. Each learner then can learn from the other learners and see what they researched and kind of put it all together. For instance, my idea was that each learner in class has a different department within Werner. They research that department, provide some basic information, and then that all those learners then have access to that document. if they ever need to, they can refer back to that document if they need just a quick refresher or have any questions that appear. It can kind of help them build connections as well with other individuals or new associates at the company. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I have additionally created a PowerPoint that is titled Collaborative Learning with Office 365 that includes some additional resources that you can use to find projects or icebreaker activities or how to share a file. Thank you again.